Welcome back. It's time to talk about the rest of the Henlopen South. We're going to start with the conference champs, the Lake Forest Spartans. We actually have some of the guys here in studio. Now, the boys in blue went a perfect 10-0, but their undefeated season came to an end with a loss in the first round of the playoffs to Hodgson, who went on to win the state championship over Laurel. Now, the Spartans can celebrate because they're returning quarterback Noah Fake Johnson, who's in the house right now, but they also did graduate a couple of great athletes in running back DJ Cornish and running back and defensive lineman John Flamer, that's an interesting combo there. But the Spartans will also get another shot at Hodgson at home in their season opener on September 11th at 7:30 p.m. And moving things over to Bridgeville, the Woodbridge Blue Raiders finishing at 4-6 last season. Last season it didn't really start too great, but the Raiders will be hurting without the quarterback and DB Logan Westcott, who is actually up at DSU continuing his career at the next level. Yeah, I guess you could say he was probably pretty good. Now, the QB spot is going to be a battle between three different players, but it looks like it could be Antoine Holden who can snag the starting job there. And some good news, the Blue Raiders will be returning All-State wide receiver Bragg Davis and DN Shymere Vessels. This will be a young squad, but they're looking to build on last year's 4 wins with some new faces and some old leading the way. And last but not least, the Seaford Blue Jays, who went 1-9 last season and have only won 7 games in the past 5 years. Well, it's been tough for the Blue Jays, and it didn't get any better with the resignation of Coach Charlie Darling, but this program will now be in the hands of Dwayne Henry. Seaford opens up their season on the road against Glasgow on Friday, September 11th at 7 p.m. Now, that will do it for the Henlopen South, but we couldn't close it out without an interview from the conference champions head coach Freddie Johnson. Spencer, Trey, take it away.
Thanks, Angela. You're absolutely right. We are now joined on desk by Freddie Johnson, the head coach of the Lake Forest Spartans. I'll tell you what, a tremendous season. So let's get right in this. My first question has to be, when you reassess last year, what is the lingering effect? Do you look at that 10-0 and say this was a great season and accomplishment, or are you looking at the 0-1 in the playoffs, and is that the lingering memory of what happened?
Well, 10-0 was a great accomplishment, but when you lose, in the first round of the playoffs, it kind of puts a sour taste in your mouth, and it makes you eager for next year. But the kids did a great job, and we play in a very tough division, and we play a pretty tough schedule. And to go 10-0, that was an accomplishment. But when you lose in the playoffs, like I said, that leaves a sour taste in your mouth. So we're very eager to get started this year.
I know you guys are, Coach. You guys had a great senior class last year. John Flamer was an absolute monster. I think he's headed to West there. Just talked to him a couple weeks ago. DJ Cornish as well, another big guy that we saw out at the Blue Gold game, just had an absolutely monster game. How are you planning to replace those guys? Those guys, you don't necessarily want to say that you can replace them off the bat, but how are you planning to kind of move in and get different guys in there and doing different things?
Well, you don't, you can't replace those guys. You can't expect those guys to play the same role, the new guys to play the same role as those seniors. You just want the new guys to do the best they can possibly do and do what they're capable of doing and give their all, and the rest, everything will fall into place.
Understand.
Well, one dude you do have come back, I'm pretty sure you might have heard of him. He plays quarterback. He's not back. Noah Fake Johnson, Coach John. I don't know where the connection is there, something. But looking pretty good today at the scrimmage that I saw. What have you seen out of him, the growth, and is this the year where you kind of just let him have the reins and kind of see what happens for him?
Well, Noah has worked hard all summer long, preparing himself for his senior year. He's, getting up every morning, attending the weight room at 6 in the morning, and, working out in the evenings. We're looking forward to, not only our team, but Noah having a successful year. And, he has the freedom to make audibles and change plays, and we're expecting him to, put us in the best situations as possible and help carry this team to as far as they can possibly go.
All right, Coach, we saw the 10-0 season. How do you take this team to the next level? How do you get them thinking differently?
Well, always stressing how important it is to work out throughout the summer and be prepared coming into the season. And another thing we did this year, I think we played on our schedule this year, we have some tougher opponents. And we have some pretty tough scrimmages set up. So I think if we can get through the summer healthy and get through those first couple games healthy going into the South, I think we'll be prepared to be competitive every week. And, if we're competitive every week and improve every week, we're going to be successful.
There you heard it from the reigning Henlopen South champions right there. We got 2 interviews down, 5 to go. We are just getting started here. Thank you so much for joining us. Bayside North, you are up next. This conference is going to be tight. Previews when we return.
My name is Shamir Vessels, and I'm defensive end for Woodbridge Raiders, and you're watching Del Mulver Sports Insider.